What's up, guys? Sub-Zeric here, back for another VOD review. We're doing another Soji VOD review, because, I don't know, he's a good player, he's a beast. He's queuing it up. He streams in 1080p, and he doesn't delete his VODs. We love Soju for that, man. There are so many people out there not pointing any fingers, Setsuko, who stream and then delete their VODs for some reason, or they just don't have their... Come on, man. Come on. You're ranked 2 North America, and I have to watch your VODs on a different VOD service that deletes 1 out of every 10 rounds? What's the deal? We're starting the game off with a Jax pair. And an Ashe as well. Could be multi-strikers. I'm also down to hold on to the Seraphine. Like I'm very, very excited to play around, as I've talked about before. We actually get 4 Jaxes now at this point, and so at this point, now we're going to move over to playing potentially Chrono onto this board and just play around this Jax opener. Soju, I feel like such a good player at just playing random units on his board that do damage, that kill units. Hey, and we get a little duplicator here and a bow as well. First Augment here. 2 tanky, blah. Eldritch Crest, also blah. Pandora's items could be an interesting idea to kind of guarantee that you get... this could be a reroll spot, right? We have the duplicator. We have 4 Jaxes to start the game with. We didn't hold on to that Ashe, which feels a little bit bad, and we don't have another multi-striker. So, we'll see. Category 5. Ooh. Category 5 with a bow is not bad. The rest of our items aren't amazing. We're almost there, right? We have almost a Gargoyle, almost a Gwinsu or a second Ron's, almost like a Redemption or something out of this tier, but nothing like really completely there yet. So, or like maybe like an adaptive out of this tier or something like that. Ooh, okay. We see this scout here. This person really looks like they are playing some kind of multi-striker reroll in this spot. They've made a Gargoyle and a Gwinsu, which are both, you know, like not amazing items, but I mean, actually, this person might just be Jinx, honestly. Gargoyles is not that good of an item onto Jax. And Gwinsu is certainly good onto Ashe. That person might actually be Jinx, the more that I... we could, like, wait and see if they call something. All right, we're going to roll Pandora's. Comet Caster as well. I mean, we can't play Jinx as well from Category 5. Not today is going to be the pick. Interesting. I mean, this is certainly serviceable onto the Jax. We now have 5 Jaxes that we can... currently play around. We're gonna play the double Jax on our board because Jax is just a pretty good unit. And yeah, the only real question is there another person who's gonna play for Jax for this game? Because with 5 Jaxes and not today, I think we're gonna play around this Jax 3. Now Jax, he's kind of an interesting unit to itemize. He's a damage dealer, but he's also a tank. AP, he scales fantastically with AP because AP gives him resists that he can play around, so you don't really care that much. Hey, we make this Lilia too and then immediately sell it, by the way, which is hilarious here. But I mean, I think it makes sense. But like, he really likes AP that scales into resists, which scales into damage. Like, resists aren't actually that good on him because he gets resist from AP, so just go to the source, build AP. So he's certainly a weird unit. Stuff like Crown Guard does very well into him. We actually slim a bow onto this Jax here, which is wild. I don't know what this is even for. The only thing I could think of is Titans, but obviously we have the full Titans here. We could make it if we want it. That's our 6th Jax, though. Can't be mad about that. And we are just going to put Blaster onto this board as well to play strongest board here. Smart from Soju. He's not, falling into the trap of playing Ashe, even though she is a multi-striker. We don't have 3 multi yet, so, 2 multi-striker doesn't do anything. So we'll just sit here on this Edge of Night here. Obviously, we can go for multiple Edge of Nights, and if we're going for a Jax 3, we can also, if we find some Casses on the way, look for like a Cass 3 and our Kali 3. Those guys can use Edge of Night as well, so it makes sense. And with 6 Jaxes, really, we have this duplicator, so we only need 2 more to get to Jax 3. It feels pretty good. I'm just curious where this bow is going. Gwinsu? Maybe? We're just going full Casting items onto Jax. This is a loaded carousels game here, so that's certainly something to consider as well. Okay, so no swords for Edge of Night here. There is that rod if we want to make Gwinsu. We then have double chain, which is awkward. There's tier. What are we open right now? We're chain plus bow plus, I think it was sword? No, it wasn't sword. Yeah, it's chain plus bow for sure. He flashed back there at the last second. I think we're just going to go for... really taking this? Okay. I mean, he's going to take it here. He looks very upset about this, though. To go for, I guess, the Gwinsu here. There's a Twitch, which doesn't do anything here. But we can get the Zillion back onto the board here and then just play +1. So yeah, he's going to make the Gwinsu. These are weird, Jack. I mean, he is a multi-striker, and he is kind of an attack speed carry. I think I might actually play Soraka over the Ashe here, just to heal up this Jax. The double chain vest a little bit awkward. Like, these are going to have to turn to some kind of tank items. I mean, I guess if we're a high roller, we can find sword down the line and get Edge of Night. But We'll see. I mean, Soju at this point is on a 3-loss streak. He really wants to lose this next fight, actually. We should potentially scout here. Maybe trap one of these Jaxes, because losing this next fight is really important. He's going to throw the entire board into planner here. Just, yeah, just throwing all those guys in makes a lot of sense. Got to be careful here. Soju, scout. Oh my god, we really don't want to win this fight on a 3-loss here. Like, we should definitely be backlining this Jax at least to try to make sure the rest of the board dies here. I think we're going to be okay, though. Yeah, never punished. This person is playing strongest board here, so we end up winning this fight. I mean, he's no multi-striker in, but obviously someone could out-int him. The problem is we can't really like out into ourselves without like losing econ here. So it's, I mean, I don't know what I mean by out into ourselves. You know what I mean? Like, we wouldn't, if someone wants to int us, it's really hard to not get inted here, because you want to hold on to these Jaxes. So it's a tough spot, but hey, luckily we lose that fight. No one's trying to int us here, so we keep our loss streak, which feels really, really good. Probably not going to care about this Ezreal here, so yeah, just making 50 looks pretty good. Another bow here. Interesting. We get another champ duplicator here, which I think is fine to take, but you're not double duping Jax here, right? Like, aren't you just chilling, maybe rolling on... Okay, we are gonna... Okay, we're going for the double... And we just play for streak from this. This is a weird ass play to me. The Hodge I kind of like, but once again, Jax is he's a damage dealer tank. So like the Hodge is pretty good onto him. This is kind of a damage dealer. Okay, this Jax build looks like kind of ass, but we'll figure it out. We'll get there. We have a lot of other components to build around. Yeah, I don't love this double dupe. I kind of would just prefer to go 6 and then roll, because we need to go 6 and roll regardless. And then if you find one Jax, then you save a whole duplicator. I mean, components can't be that bad when we're looking for all these Edge of Nights. Mentorship is quite good, though. Probably just defaulting to that in this situation. We can always mentorship the Jax. LDP is, like, I feel like too hard to make usage of here. We get the multi-striker in, but yeah, like, I feel like normally you would want to level here and roll down to, like, 20 gold. I think because we use those dupes onto Jax, okay, yeah, we're just going to level for a random Jinx to put onto this board so that we can mentor everybody. But we're actually not going to roll here. We're just going to sit on this being our board for now, which is wild. But, I mean... it's not a terrible board. It's just not like gonna win every single fight. If we fight somebody really strong, we might lose. But I mean, this guy, quite a weak board. We can just stomp through them. And it may be, I mean, certainly using those duplicators points in the idea of we're just Jax 3 and then push levels here. We're not cast 3. We're not, I mean, we haven't found any casts. There's an Akali, which is pretty nice. So now he's gonna make the call to actually roll a little bit here, roll for charm. We end up not actually really getting what we want here, but we do find a Galio too, and a Muerto Kaiser that we can play around for a little bit. This doesn't seem bad, and it's like a decent board here, and then we actually can't make Econ now, which feels a little bit bad. And he's holding on to the Zillion here with the idea that this Jax is going to be casting an okay amount, so we're going to get good value out of Chrono, which, you know, makes sense. I mean, look at this Jax go. Yeah, he's kind of popping off here. 7.4k damage. All right, maybe this Jax build has got something to it. Maybe there's something going on here. Hey, we have this Chain Vest open here, so another Edge of Night is solid. Bow can be red buff. It can be Last Whisper. We have multiple bows here, right? That's a Callista with a... Okay, we can't get the Callista here, but we do see... That's Edge of Night Gwynsu, right? I think you just kind of have to take that in this spot. That looks very, very good. I wonder if he will make the Gwynsu. It's a good item on Callista. The more multi-striker you play, the worse it kind of becomes, but it's still not bad. That's 5 multi, so now we can actually just play this much more standard board. And the question is, where do these items go? He chained the Hecarim earlier for some reason. Not really sure why. So now we kind of have to make Edge of Night there, and we're just going to go into the Ash with the idea that we have a remover, so we can move some of these items later if we want them. I mean, maybe the idea is Jax 3 that catapults us to level 7, level 8, and then we find Hecarim 3 at level 7/level 8. I could see it. I could see the idea. It kind of works. But hey, we're going to win this fight on a 3 streak here. Feels pretty decent, I would say. Not, you know... I mean, if we can win one more fight, actually, we're sitting pretty. There is the Shen is the name of this unit. I don't know why I almost called him Varus. So we actually are going to early level to 7 here. Shen obviously fills out the synergies beautifully in this comp. Pyro is... Ooh, wow, this is a deep roll down. That is crazy to me. I mean, he just wants Charm and he wants to spike and he wants to keep his streak here. Soju knows that keeping streak here is a lot of econ. I mean, I think Soju's done a really, really nice job this game of rolling when he wants Charm and just spiking in the situation. You know, burning your econ when you really want to spike here. Because look, I mean, we won this fight. We got a 4 streak here. Winning this fight is worth burning a little bit of econ. It's worth 1 gold for winning, another gold for continuing your streak, another gold for continuing your streak into neutrals, and then potentially future gold, which we don't know how much gold that is. But if we win the next fight, then winning that previous fight was worth even more gold because it got us to our 5 streak. If that makes sense. All right, more items here. Another Edge of Night, actually, which is not bad. Suspicious Trench Coat is like fine. Throw that onto Castlewin, sure. We are gonna roll. Okay, well, that's very, very good for Soju. He, yeah, is just going to build Edge of Night there. I think that makes a lot of sense. Well, I never said he wasn't a high roller. That is disgusting. I mean, that is... we rolled so much on 7, and I mean, we got rewarded, but I don't know what to say about that. I mean, it almost looked like he was going for Hecarim 3, but at this point, I mean, I guess you still could. Item Collector is actually pretty low value here because we built so many Edge of... We have 3 unique items built. So this is actually not that high value, but the other ones are great. Maybe Unified with the extra HP from Mentorship, perhaps. But yeah, he doesn't even want Item Collector here. Crash Test, I guess I don't completely hate it. Yeah, you can mentor the dummies as well, which is kind of cute. So yeah, this makes sense. He gets the Akali back in and then immediately takes it back out. Akali is obviously Pyro, which feels kind of bad. We don't need this Zalayan here, right? But I think the idea, see if we hold on to this Vex or not. Wait, isn't our strongest board here 4 Chrono over Shen? Certainly, right? Shen's just Bastion here. 4 Chrono is going to slow time for our Camille and our Jax, who are both of our main carries here. So yeah, I think he probably sees that now. Hopefully this fight isn't a 4 Chrono diff. Look at the Jax. 18,000 damage? I mean, that's not bad. And yeah, he's looking at putting... Okay, yeah, he does fit the Vex in here now. And yeah, this is our strongest board for now. We definitely want to fit 7 multi the second we find a Callista. It's funny... What was that board that we just... that was somebody golden questing, right? I think there are multiple people with golden quest. Yeah, I think there's 2 golden quests in this lobby. There's this Callista guy and the other guy. This guy's board looks like a pile of garbage. I think they're just going to straight up die, especially to us. It's so hard for their Xerath to deal with this Jax with the Edge of Night. So good win there versus that player, and then we'll see from there. But yeah, it's kind of funny. We want to play 4 Chrono, so how do we even... Like, level 9 looks obvious, but level 8? I mean, we're probably just dropping out of 4 Chrono, playing 7 multi plus something. Item-wise here, there's I kind of want, yeah, offensive components. I like this. I mean, the glove is not even that amazingly. Are we going to make a QSS here? But I don't even really want to make some of our other stuff here. There's a TK, so that can be our +1 if we find 7 multi. And it can just be our +1 right now, right? So we have so many items on so many units, so it seems reasonable. I don't really want to make a Declaw here, or like a Gargoyle. So I might just greed these components longer. If anything, maybe a QSS. But we'll see. And yeah, I think Soju also, yeah, QSS is the only thing that he's interested in making here. And he's holding on to these extra Hecarim. So yeah, I think the idea that I was talking about makes sense. Man, 4 Chrono's so big here. But yeah, oh, wait, this guy's... How did they even get there? 7 Eldritch? School Mascot? A Golden Quest? Their spot... Wait! Something's not adding up here. Like, can I look at this? Can we look back at this for a second? They got Eldritch +1? And they golden quested into Briar too? Who is this? Rick Schlong? Is this guy the biggest high roller of all time? That is disgusting. They got the perfect tailored 5 cost for their board, and we still beat him because Jax is such a monster, man. Look at this Jax build go. I mean, it's critical mass Jax, right? If he can get to like a few seconds into the fight, he can actually just win you the entire fight. There's Shen too, but I mean, still... I mean, is that really better than Arcana here? We're going to roll here for Charm here because we're on an 8 streak. We really want to preserve this streak here. I think that makes sense. And also, we're still looking at the potential for 7 multi. I fully expect if we find 7 multi, it's going to come in over for Chrono. But we'll see. I think our level 9 could just be 7 and 4 and then just drop out of Arcana. But I'm curious to see how Soju ends up capping out this port because it's a pretty cool game so far. Just the tempo, early Jax 3, obviously hitting the Camille. I mean, you can't say that he didn't high roll, but I mean, hey, well, high rolls make the game more fun, you know? Like, if you'd never high rolled, would you play TFT? I mean, probably not. The game would be pretty bad. There's another TK. Morgana's a great unit, but not really great for our purposes. We can't really do anything with her. So we'll just hold on to this for now. I imagine we're going to roll for a Charm every round, stage 5. And if we can find a Callista, I imagine it comes into the board, but we'll see. Another Jinx. Bow is not bad. Something like a Titans or even like a Renan's. Sticky Finger is actually fine. We're odd components here, so I like it. Titans BT, of the idea of this Cloak being our last item. I don't hate it. We don't have armor shred is the only kind of sus thing, so maybe you have to make even shroud, Titan's even shroud perhaps, because armor shred seems kind of important onto this board here. It's kind of weird though, like where does, I mean, we also don't have heal cut. Yeah, red buff. Okay. I mean, Titans is not that great of an item. Okay, red buff. What are our slams then? Red buff, nothing? Yeah. Okay, and now we have a tier. I mean, getting heal cut is very good. We have to itemize this TK2. I mean, it's a TK2. It's not bad. I do think he might come out at level 9, but maybe he'll stay in at level 9 and we'll just drop it at 4 Chrono. It's fine. Probably rolling for charm here on a 10 streak. Yeah, I mean, we're always 1 round away. That charm is like kind of sus, but like it has a chance of finding us a Camille. It has a chance of finding us like everything that we want. And we don't really want to roll that deep for another charm, considering how strong our board is. We're going to win a lot of these fights. What you should do ideally here, I think, is scout and see how strong the rest of the lobby is in comparison to us. If like we have a bunch of strong people to fight, maybe you roll deeper for charm here, but I think Soju knows. He's very, very strong compared to the lobby here. Also, this Rich Slong guy died. How did they die with that spot, man? Radiant Eyes here. Radiant Edge of Night Hecarim. I mean, that's pretty sad, but I mean, it's probably not even that bad. It's just a little sad that, you know, it had to end up there, but not the end of the world, I guess. Would much rather, of course, have an item onto Jax here, but what are you going to do? We fight this board, which tends to be a pretty bad matchup. With all these Edge of Nights, we might have some hope. Nah, it's just so difficult. When you start the same side as them, this fight's always a loss. If we're opposite side, I think this fight is quite winnable, but same side here. So just swapping his units around. He should, like, we really need to focus on positioning here, because I'm pretty sure left side there, we absolutely win that fight. But hey, a top 4 is a top 4. BT looks good. Camille is solid. There's even Shroud as well. So now we're going to get our armor shred that we were talking about earlier. So that's fantastic. Pally too, sure. And there's the Callista finally. So now we get to see, are we going to play 7 over 4 Chrono? Or it looks like right now he just wants to keep 4 Chrono in over 7 multi. Yeah, I think this is much better. Agreed. Yeah, I think there's no argument for playing 4 Chrono over 7 multi. 7 multi is a huge spike. It's healing onto your autos. It's more autos. It's so big here. We are fighting a really, really big Neela 3, but our board does pretty well into those melee carries, right? So yeah. And I mean, at this point, we actually sold off the other Chrono. So the idea is just, we've already itemized this this Tahm Kench so heavily that we can't really like get out of playing vertical Chrono. So I mean, this is just our setup. I think it makes sense. Okay, so yeah, I like it. We're fighting. This is not a Golden Quest player, but they do have a Morgana too. They're stuck on Callista one, actually. Looks like there were just no Callistas in the pool this game. I know, obviously it's not real, but some people are like, oh, this game was like seeded. There were like less Callistas in the pool, which doesn't really exist, but sometimes it feels that way because it took us forever to find a Callista. They're stuck on Callista 1. It's just kind of wild. And it's like, it's not even that it's that contested, right? It's just that like there's not, where people aren't hitting them. But I mean, that's how randomness works, I guess. Callista item potentially here. I guess you could go a TK item if you really want one. I mean, honestly, how bad is another Edge of Night and just throw it onto Callista here? GS maybe is better, though. Attack speed is not that valuable. Yeah, okay. It's probably GS. You're right. And we can just look at going level 9. My thought on level 9 was we could get 4 Chrono back in. But I think Soju's just looking to play for a higher cap. Random Diana for Bastion onto the board. We are once again same side as this Kog'Maw player, which feels bad. Maybe we're strong enough. Oh. Okay. I don't know that we were... I guess we were... I guess Bosso was going to lose that fight. It looked a little close. I'm surprised the FF. That looked like... Sometimes I VOD review some players and I see some sus stuff going on, but I don't think that's what that was. I think Bosso just thought that he lost the fight, but a little sus. But we'll just go a crumb of sus onto that. We're fighting this guy who did finally find their Callista 2, but this is Deepay. He is level 8. I mean, hats off to him for finding Morgana 2 on level 8. That's TFT in current set because there's so many charms that can find you 5 costs, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Artifact Anvil, really, really nice here, I guess. Yeah, I mean, oh wait, that's Defiance. Yeah, this is great for Camille, especially we can get to Camille too. I mean, yeah, this is amazing. I don't know. I saw the talisman and I was like, I hate this talisman item in this spot, so like everything else must suck. And then I mean, yeah, that's Defiance Camille is great here. And Soju knows that he doesn't need that much gold for the rest of the game, right? He doesn't need to go 10 and another FF actually. So it's gonna be the win, another first for K3 Soju. I don't know. I thought this was a really fun game playing around the Jax. I thought he made a lot of interesting decisions about like rolling deep, like deciding when to roll and stuff like that. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, comment, subscribe, check my Twitch and all my other links down below. Thanks for watching.